Hey lovies, so today we're going to talk about Inuyasha. This is a new segment that I'm starting where I'm basically gonna have commentary going on with certain shows and animes that I am watching. So I grew up watching Inuyasha on Adult Swim, Cartoon Network style. I am a millennial, I am in my early 30s. And that's where I got my gist of Inuyasha. So I basically had no control of what episode I was watching. I had to piece together things over the course of 4 years in order to kind of figure out where in the timeline what was happening. And then for years, Inuyasha just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth and came back to conclude the situation. And I had watched it and I felt satisfied. Until now. So I had decided to start Inuyasha from scratch. Like I wanted to rewatch Inuyasha from episode 1 and then try my best to follow along with every movie, which there are 4, all the way into the final act. Now, I haven't started the final act yet. Well, I'm lying. I started with episode 1 of the final act and I'm already confused. I don't like how they did that. They left a little bit of open loops there from the last episode. But I'm glad and I was grateful that Netflix had all of the episodes. They just had it listed a certain way and I wasn't sure. I thought I was missing episodes until I went on Disney Plus and realized I seen every single episode. They just listed a different way. With that being said, let's just start with the characters, the main characters, and I'll go from there. I basically look at this as like the POV from my preteen side and then the POV from my 30-something-year-old side, like the more mature brain who understands what's going on, can comprehend it better. And honestly, for the most part, not too much of my opinion has changed. I just have a deeper understanding. There were a few episodes I've never seen before from Cartoon Network that I did see on here, so that kind of gave light to a lot of things. Where do I start? I guess I'll start with Inuyasha. Inuyasha was like a lover trope for me. Like there was something about Inuyasha's passion and loyalty, his background story, and his ability to attach and to look out for his friends despite his arrogance and his pride that made me really like this one right here. Like I had the biggest crush on him. As I got older, Inuyasha then became something like I kind of grew out of. Like, still like Inuyasha as a character compared to most like other characters, but like Hojo would have been a better suit for me. And then another thing I had noticed is Koga was way more into Kagome longer than I thought. Like I thought that Koga was only into Kagome for maybe about a season and then Ayame came and he kind of like, but then rewatching it, I'm like, oh no, I like concluded that in my head. That never happened. Like Koga never actually got with Ayame. I could have swore he did, but no, he stayed on Kagome's like bum for years, like, well, seasons, multiple seasons. And for the most part, I felt like he knew what he wanted and I liked it that. Pace yourself with me. The neurodivergence will take over and I might seem to be bouncing back and forth, but I promise you it's all relevant. Back to Inuyasha. I struggled with watching Inuyasha and Kagome because the more I understood their love story and their connection, the more I actually understood Kikyo. I'm like, this is hard. This is so hard. Like, I don't know if Inuyasha and Kagome are like best for each other. Can't get in the way of love. If you love that person, you love that person, the ins and outs, the good, the bad, and indifferent. But it's like, damn, low-key would have rather you been with Koga. At least Koga knows what he wants and he never shied away from that. Even with Ayame, which would have been like aesthetically a match, it was like, excuse me, Kagome. And then as far as let's have a healthy lifestyle, like you don't have to suffer in pain and suffer. Hojo was a really Like, Hojo, y'all remember the episode when Hojo's ancestor, like, came about? I think that was about season 6, season 5, season 6. And I'm like, dang, like, I mean, not only obsessed, but actually good for Kagome. More so, the modern day Hojo is better for Kagome to me. I mean, thought about everything, like everything a woman wants in a man, character-wise, Hojo just had. Second to that, I would say Koga. Inuyasha hurt this woman's heart back to back to back. Well, teenage heart. Back to back to back to back. And it's like, can you blame him? Like, he really was opening his heart to Kagome, and he had grew a level of attachment. But Kikyo and him didn't end on their own will. And I think that is what made that situation that much harder. Let alone the two are related. Okay, let me get back on track. So, all in all, before I rewatch Final Act, and I'll give my commentary separate from that, I'll say my tidbit, because like I said, I did watch the first episode, started getting into it, then I paused it. But overall, I understand Kagome and Inuyasha's relationship better as an adult. And it's just like, damn, if you love your man, you love your man. I've seen women choose worse. At least one thing about Inuyasha is he does come in the nick of time, and he do not play when it comes to Kagome. Because only he can hurt Kagome. Only he can hurt Kagome. Anyway, next character, Kagome. Kagome, I still have like an affinity towards Kagome. I see myself in her. I saw myself in her when I was a preteen, and I still am like, damn, I relate to her personality and just how she is. And that's why I'm like, damn, like, I wish you kind of grew out of that type of love trope, because you deserve better. Not saying Inuyasha didn't figure it out eventually, but like in real life, that's anime. In real life, hell no. I need Koga energy. I need Hojo energy. Like, everyone seen that you deserve better, and you know it. And even Inuyasha knows it. But like, at the end of the day, you love who you love. And she's like, I'm riding for my man. I'm riding for my man. Kagome, I love how her powers got better, and you know, she developed such maturity, and I really think a lot of it wasn't just because of the turmoil they went through with their challenges and facing demons and facing life and death issues over and over again, but there were so many times she had to come with gripes with Kikyo on her own. Like, her and Kikyo on their own had to like figure out something, like almost like this understanding, and it was just admirable. And Kagome, I almost felt like I wish there was a spinoff for Kagome, like Kagome and Inuyasha. Obviously, like, eventually we did, which I need to like try to rewatch again. With how you say Yashihime. I don't know how to even say it, but I need to understand what happened before them kids, honestly. Okay, so now let's go to Moroku. How I felt about him then is how I feel now. Like, Moroku, you're problematic too. Like, you're a little bit more stabilized than Inuyasha. But if you made me choose Moroku and Inuyasha, I'm going for Inuyasha. Like, Inuyasha is more of a arrogance, or like you're so fucking stubborn, like, you get over yourself. But, you know, understand your trauma. Moroku is a womanizer to the 20,000th degree. Like, everywhere they went, he was saying, like, bear my children. And it didn't matter if they were just of the proper age at that time to have children, or if he was just planting it as a seed, or any woman. I mean, if you identify as a woman, Moroku was about to slide in your DMs, basically. Like, and see, my thing is, that would have been fine if it wasn't for the fact that it was so clear by like mid-series that he fell in love with Sango, and it's like he strung Sango along. So as Sango and Moroku is trying to hold Inuyasha accountable, Moroku's not doing any better, and he's actually older and, well, not older, but like as far as maturity, he's wiser and he's moving the same way. So I don't have too much to say other than like Moroku's Moroku. I don't have too much to say. Like he's a great supporting friend character, and I'll leave it at that. So let's go with Sango, and we'll adjacent to Kohaku. So Sango, oh, man. Now that one has been through so much. Like she deserves the world. She really do. The amount of regurgitating trauma that she had to go through when she would run into Kohaku. And like he would have so many moments of coming to, and then like something would happen. So it's like she's replaying it over and over again, what happened to her and what happened to the family and what happened to him. And Naraku's just beyond evil. He's more evil than any Marvel or DC character could ever be. Like he's a true through and through villain where you don't need to have any empathy for him because he was already shitty when he was a human. Like he's just a straight up villain. There's no, but what if, because every anime characters who are villains get like this soft kind of storyline. You're like, nah, he is really demonic. Like they're all demonic, but like he's truly demonic. Like there is no saving him. He's using you, he's using him, he's using everybody. No one's safe. Now, with that being said, that's why I'm like, Sango. I'm glad that her and Moroku do eventually like mesh and they be there for each other. But it's just like, Inuyasha is just so trauma filled. And it's just like, shows you the importance of community and having your gang with you through your ups and downs and majority downs. Like you're going to need them. Like that's when you can say no and they're going to be like yes, and you say yes and they're going to be like no, because they are family for real and real, for real. So yeah, Kohaku, he when he started coming towards season 6, when he's like, I gotta like still kind of play the field, but like I gotta get rid of that heart because I need to like end this. That was, I love that. I love that for him to recognize everything, and he already had a mission and a goal set. I already kind of slightly touched on like Koga a little bit when I was talking about Inuyasha and Kagome, and Hojo. Kagome's friends, shout out to Kagome's friends. Like they had their moments, but honestly, I feel like Kagome took advantage of them. Like you need to say thank you to your friends way more often. Let me think. What am I missing? Oh, everyone's love interest, Sesshomaru. Ah, man, the stubbornness runs in the family. By who, I don't know. But, like, for him to hate Inuyasha, he's not that far different. Like, hence the controversy with him and Ren. Because some people are like, oh, but it's like, you know, he's a demon. No, now that I've seen it with fresh eyes, Sesshomaru kind of took Ren on like a father figure, if you will. I got you, not even like a mentor. Something about you makes me want to make sure you're good. So like, come along. And he just wouldn't stop. And slowly, as the series continued, by default, she was with him. And there were so many times where you could see Ren maturing, growing into herself, talking and being her, I don't know, just whoever she actually is. And she's so safe and comfortable with Sesshomaru. And you could tell Sesshomaru likes that, but it's like, I'm not going to like break character. Like, F humans, I don't care about humans. And so in the movies, he's like, you know, he's playing back what his dad says about being able to protect someone. And he plays back this scene with Jock and Ren. And then he gonna be like, I don't need to protect anyone, and does exactly what he needs to do. It's like, he can't bring himself to say that he actually loves these people. Like, hence why I don't like what I saw with the new series. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, you were like her dad. Or like guardian, if you will. That's how you treated her. The whole entire series. The whole entire series. It was such like a, this much emotional attachment, this much like, you are my responsibility. But granted, I did see in the last season where it's Ren who's like, I'm never going to leave and da 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 da. So maybe at some point when she was of age, she pushed for that. But it was just like, which is probably why I need to watch the series. It needs to click for me because I'm like, there must be more for me to understand that other than like, you already was acting like you don't care, and then you all of a sudden do care, and then all of a sudden in the new series, there's 2 children from who, Sesshomaru? Anyway, I'm low-key hoping that like these videos get so many views. Cause if I can like talk about all the anime I watch and shows, especially as I get better with editing and stuff, that would be so dope. Like y'all can get to know my personality. And I feel like my insights be interesting. You may agree or not agree, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's in the cards. But I guess right now, starting something new. Anyway, so yeah, Sesshomaru, he's like the perfect older brother who like pretends like he don't care. But he do. There's so many moments where him and Inuyasha had like these, like you could tell he was protecting him, but it's like, I ain't gonna show you that I care about you. Like, I'm gonna just be like, no, like, I'm gonna take you out. Meanwhile, there are so many times, and it's almost like they were scruffling, like they were sparring, like siblings. Kikyo, how dare I not like by herself? I get it. Like, I looked at her. I feel like anyone who was like Team Inuyasha and Kagome by default looked at Kikyo as the villain. And granted, Kikyo treated Kagome like shit the first few seasons before they started having this kind of weird understanding for each other. But like, I understand. Like, in a way, Kikyo like, I did that, but now I know what happened. And at the end of the day, that's my man. Like, move over, great daughter. Like, he's mine. I deal with him. I'll take him out. It's almost like I brought him into this world. I'll take him out. That's how she was acting. And I didn't understand it when I was younger. But now I'm like, I see why it was hard for her to like pour herself away. Like, that's like the only person she ever fell in love with. And then again, thankful for watching every episode, stuff I've never seen before in the movies, because I was able to understand Kikyo's story and how she got cursed, and like that was a curse. Like everything happened was because of her other classmate, if you will, that was studying as a priestess. I can't think of her name right now, but like Kikyo had a target on her back by default. And then oh my gosh, Naraku, or Origumo. I did not know that. I don't remember those episodes. So, and if I did see them, I don't think at the time I was putting 2 and 2 together at like, 11 years old, 11, 12 years old, seeing like, oh, Naraku is Origumo. I don't know what was happening. Granted, this was in the middle of the night. I'm half asleep, half awake watching this, Yeah. So, and then to learn that like even with his evil ways as a human, like he had this strong desire and lust for Kikyo and wanted to be with her, and why it was so like Naraku was so adamant because they were like 2 different entities. I didn't realize that majority of the villains was portions of Naraku. So that was interesting to actually see like these are all like technically his children, if you will, or his creations. And I don't know. And Kagura, like, there were so many moments, even her as a villain, it's like, you see her struggle, you see her just wanting to be free, like her own free villain, and she can't. And she's like trying to find ways to break from Naraku. It was a lot to watch. It was a lot to comprehend and understand. I am so sorry. How dare I skip Shippo? I'm probably not gonna get on my yoga right now, the little bug, or the dude that does the swords. But Shippo, Shippo had so many moments of growth and maturity, and finding his own as a little kid. And I love that for Shippo. I love that for Shippo a lot. Um, I guess before there was Chopper, there was Shippo. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else I want to touch on? Not really, not from the top of my mind. Like, Kagome's family is really A1 for their amount of support. I wish they showed more aging in the series. Like, Kagome should have been in high school, technically, like her freshman year at the very least. Again, my surprise was Koga never really wavered against Kagome. They just kind of left that as a cliffhanger, like he just keeps desiring her. I don't know, maybe in the final act, you see Koga actually does choose Ayami. So again, I have to rewatch the final act. I don't fully remember it, and that's why I need to rewatch it. And then I might make my own segment just about the final act. Yeah. I don't have like a favorite episode or a favorite season off the cuff of my head, but it was amazing rewatching the whole series. And I'm glad we have things like streaming where I can binge the whole thing and refresh my mind. Listening to all the ending credits was like perfection because I grew up hearing all of it. Honestly, it was listening to the end point of a credit. It woke me up out of my sleep. And I was like, what was that kind of thing? And then the next day I like was able to kind of wake up in time for it to come on. And that's how I got hooked. And that's how I got hooked into the rest of anime that was on like Adult Swim. I'm talking Case Closed. Don't let me get started on Conan Edogawa, okay? Anyone remember that? If y'all still watching, kudos to y'all. Drop it in the comments. I would like to know, if you're still watching, who is your favorite character from the series? And if not that, then what was your favorite ending credit song? Mine to this day is Every Heart. I remember learning the English version of it because it just moved me so much. And then I would say outside of Every Heart might be Do As Infinity. I like that one. And Fukuri Mori. I really like that one. So yeah, those still like pull me. Like I could just hear the music and I get emotional. I really hope again, like y'all like this. I know there's probably a better way, more entertaining way of doing this, but I want to figure out how to. I want to add this to my channel so y'all can get to know me and we can talk that talk. I want to talk about other animes that I feel like only a small niche would talk about, like Wedding Peach. Anyway, like and subscribe if you are first coming into this video, you're not subscribed to me. And look out soon, at some point, maybe this year or next year, I will be doing a Kagome cosplay. It is time now that I've rewatched the series. I have my love back in flame. My passion for Kagome has came back and I want to wear her as a cosplay. That's so crazy to say for the fact that I was watching that at 10, 11 and now I'm talking about cosplaying this character. Like, who am I? Anyway, thank you for watching. Inuyasha. Well, why do I gotta do that? You know what it's giving? You know what it's giving? Backlash wave!